Hello, good evening, people. I'm not quite sure how to start this, but suffice it to say that I'm in shock. I've just read a report in the Leaders newspaper on the Leaders website where allegations, very serious allegations, are made. Apparently by a whistleblower that leaked some information to Leaders newspaper about the cesspit of corruption in the central bank. I'm reading people getting dollars at the rate of 61 kobo per dollar from the central bank, the same central bank that is selling to producers like Lafarge at 425 naira per dollar. Some people are getting dollar at the rate of as high as 470 naira to a dollar. There are allegations that a company called CGC Nigeria Limited, whose address is listed as Kubwa Road, Abuja, received an allocation of $81,392.59 at an exchange rate of, wait for it, 47 naira, 50 kobo, to import floor drains. Lafarge, in the same October, paid 428 naira to a dollar to get $987,000, just under $1 million. Lafarge produces cement that is used for construction in a construction industry that used to, before Buhari came along, employ millions of Nigerians, a lot of whom have now lost their jobs because of stupid, corrupt policies like these. Nigerian breweries, the beer makers, allegedly, according to this report, purchased $3,193 and $1,272 for the purchase of raw materials high cone at 1 naira 20 kobo per dollar. So, shall we just agree then that the Buhari administration has managed to fulfill one of their campaign promises to reduce the rate of exchange of the dollar to 1 naira to a dollar by fiat? People are paying 23 naira to a dollar to service credit card debts. Allegedly, a Farida Hassan Gimba purchased $14,621 at an exchange rate of 48 naira per dollar for educational expenses, while Fatai Odeshile paid 370 naira to a dollar for the same educational purposes. Abbas Al-Hassan was able to purchase $805.73 at 85 naira to a dollar to make mortgage payments, obviously abroad. In stark contrast, Akintunde Roland Babatunde purchased $1,972.60 at an exchange rate of 404 naira, the same purpose, from the same central bank. In another example, Jigba Zaradin Saleh and Nogo Jane were able to purchase $4,278 at 87 naira 52 kobo and $365 at $23 4 kobo to a dollar, respectively, to pay for educational expenses. Isioma Asiodu Otugwo had to pay $4,794.41 at 405 naira for the same purpose from the same central bank. What on earth are we doing? Are we well? Are we stupid? Is there something patently wrong with us? I mean, I can't even begin to fathom a government that would superintend the sale of forex. I mean, interfere, meddle in the sale of forex to the point where the market has become so distorted we don't even know what the rate is. So those that have made allegations that sounded absolutely impossible at the time, that we have up to 12 different exchange rates, have they not been proved right now? I've shared the link to the leaders' article on my Facebook page, and I urge you all to go to the bottom of that article. There is a report on the 60-40 rule utilization for the month of October 2016 for publication. There's a link on that. It's the full CBN report, allegedly. Please download that and study it. It makes for really shocking reading. And if for nothing else, for this at least, Buhari has to be made to step down. This has gone beyond a joke. It's no longer funny. I don't find it funny. I know that majority of manufacturers all over the country do not find it funny. I mean, people are getting forex and selling on the black market at huge rates. So this brings back to memory the allegation, the report that the Emir of Kano made an allegation that the Buhari administration has created a new kind of corruption by encouraging people to sit in their gardens and get forex at official rates, which they then dispose at black market rates. This can't go on. This is not sustainable. We can't run a country like this. It seems to me that the Buhari administration is intent on just destroying Nigeria. Are we going to stand for this? Is this what you all voted for, you say barbarians, as we call you now? Is this what you voted for? You voted for these huge disparities in the exchange rate, 23 naira to a dollar, to 470 naira to a dollar. I mean, from the same central bank. Is this what you voted for? This was what you wanted? This was why you kicked Jonathan out? Is this it? I want your comments, please. I want your comments. I can see you, Amanda Kirby, Okoye, Lua Michika, I can see you as well. Egmon Rashid Ogbara, I can see you. Lara, you dey see what I see? Doc Odueke, can you see this? This is just unbelievable. Let me actually see if I can switch this to the screen. I don't know if you can read it. Yeah, here we go. Right, let's just scroll up. Scroll right up. This is the leader's website, as you can see. All right, and on it there's this article that says exclusive whistleblower gives leaders.ng damning evidence of corruption in Central Bank of Nigeria. Now, if I just move in closer to that, you can see the URL. It's leaders.ng/exclusive whistleblower blah blah blah. So we know it's the leaders website. All right, and if you go a little further down, hopefully this can pick this up. Central Bank of Nigeria has been implementing a questionable, at the very least, questionable and possibly corrupt policy. Possibly, you think? I need comments, please. Just tell me what you think. Olajumoke Ruki Sadiq, is this why you voted for Buhari? This is what you wanted? You wanted to be one of the forex millionaires, people who have nothing to do but peddle influence, use it to buy dollars at Bros Michael Ayokunle Otedola. I can see you. This issue is about the rampant corruption that now passes for government in Nigeria. People are buying forex at 23 naira to a dollar from the central bank. not for producing anything, not for production, not for anything productive, for, to pay credit card bills, to pay mortgages, for educational purposes. Somebody even got dollar to import something that was listed as invisible. Let me see if I can find that. Allegedly, somebody called Macadam's Baking Systems purchased $57,365 for the purchase of baking ingredients at 23 naira. Yeah, 23 naira to $1. And the chairman of the board of directors of Macadam's Baking System Limited is somebody who is apparently currently counsel to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. He's an SAN. So corruption, yeah, writ large in this administration. In addition to the corruption, Nigerians are being killed. Nigerians are being mown down across the country by people who are being allegedly described by the Northern Governors Forum as Senegalese and Malians. And yet when Nigerians stand up and say we must fight against these people, the Directorate of State Security hunts down those Nigerians and tries to have them arrested. Yeah, Lara, can you imagine a lawyer that bakes? And no less than a lawyer to INEC as well. The independent, the not so independent Nigerian Electoral Commission, to paraphrase the president. This is the kind of thing we are faced with. It's so the country is being stifled economically. The economy is being squeezed on all sides by this kind of corruption. Let me flip back to the page that I'm reading, because it just sounds so incredible to me. It's unbelievable. Makinde Bola Abiodun, I see you. Yes, it's incredible. A lawyer that also bakes. It's I just find it utterly. Right, let me brighten this up. Sorry, not that. Where are we? Yeah, that. Okay, that's the brightest it'll go. Let's see if I can increase the font. Yeah, zoom. Okay, can you all see it better now? All right. Okay. Document also. Okay, we've talked about macadams. Disparity in exchange rates also apply to individuals. For instance, Adebolale Badejo. I'm reading this from the leaders.ng site, so please don't claim that Badamosi said. This is reported. You can read it yourselves. $48 naira to $1. Obviously, a typo there. Abbas Al Hassan, 807 at 85 naira to $1. Akintunde Roland, 404 naira to $1 for the same purpose. Jibazadin Saleh and Nogo at 23 naira. Can you see that? 23 naira to $1. You see that? To pay for Oluka Adebanjoko, I see you. Beam, I see you as well. I really don't think Nigeria is going to survive under these people. They're throwing the country under the bus for whatever reason, or they're just collecting the wealth. I said this at the beginning of this administration, that this was going to happen, and exactly what I said, to a T, is exactly what they're doing. They're taking all the money more or less from the south, because you can see there's a preponderance of northern names that seem to be beneficiaries of this. Yes, this is it. This is the one that's invisible. Kennedy Onyali, managing director of All Seasons Mediacom, apparently purchased almost $10,000 at 30 naira per dollar. You can see that there. Yeah, 30 naira per dollar. For the importation of items simply referred to as HF 101, whatever that is. Babagana Mohammed Sharif, who we believe, well, they believe, is a nephew to the factional chairman of the PDP, Senator Alimodu Sharif, and an in-law of President Muhammadu Buhari, was permitted to purchase $35,000 at the rate of 101 naira to a dollar. Foreigners, yes, and he used it to purchase something for the importation of an item listed as, look, invisible. Can you see that? Can you see that? No comments, anyone. Everybody's just watching silently. You're probably just as stunned as I was when I saw the report originally. Foreigners were also able to benefit from the purchase of forex at low exchange rates. A person simply named as Paula was able to purchase $834 at the princely sum of 23 naira per dollar, while Paula Kotsa was able to purchase $1,500 at 23 naira 11 kobo through Stanbic IBTC Bank PLC, and were for family maintenance allowances for expatriates. William Leroux and Deborah Ann Leroux were permitted to purchase $13,000 and $9,000 at 22 naira 63 kobo and 23 naira respectively. What on earth is happening? What on earth? And some people are saying Buhari is the anti-corruption president. Are you guys well? I mean, what kind of juju is this? What kind of juju have they used on Nigerians? Worldwide Commercial Venture Limited was able to purchase $1 million, $1.5 million almost, at the rate of 425 naira to a dollar to purchase life-saving drugs and pharmaceutical products. Its transactions were conducted through Zenith Bank. No pattern, no formula, racketeering, dubious allocations of forex to close family and friends on the part of CBN officials. Yes, the Emir of Kano statement is being referred to here. Last August, former CBN governor and Emir of Kano, HRM Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, condemned sharp practices in the allocation of forex and so on. So Nigeria is more or less, on a slippery slope to extinction, because I don't think any country can survive this degree of corruption. This is just a snapshot of October. Can anybody imagine what could have happened in the months preceding if, as at August, the Emir of Kano was already screaming his head off? What went on in July? What happened in June? What happened in May? How much money did Nigeria lose in April to this kind of sharp practices? All happening under the famous anti-corruption president, who just talks and blusters and goes after only his opponents. It has to stop. We can't continue like this. If we continue like this, then we might as well just, end the experiment. It was an experiment by the Brits anyway, so, we might as well just lock up the shop and throw away the key. Let's forget the whole thing. I'm going to open up the report now because I actually want to see what's there. Right, here it is. See if we can enlarge that. There we go. Right. Form M 3/8. So people were able to get Form M's approved. We don't know what they do. Ngamasu Limited. I'm actually going to go look up a lot of these companies to see who they are really. A lot of agricultural companies getting dollars at 311, around $300, around 300 naira, sorry, through FCMB. Diamond Bank 306, Wema 315. So they have different rates for different banks. All right. So is it the banks that are doing this, or is it the CBN? 316, 310, 316. So the rate from the CBN largely seems to be around 300, according to this report. 353, 329. Now we can see the 400s. 425. Worldwide Commercial Ventures Machine. Spectranet got their money at 310. 425 to Worldwide Commercial Ventures, largely. Angsin Industrial Technology Limited, Kudriat Abriel Way, 425. You can see what Worldwide Commercial Ventures got their money for. Pharmaceutical products mainly. Janssen, Inderal Tabs, Boehringer Pharmaceutical Products, Roche, Tuvaste, Boehringer, Janssen, Johnson & Johnson products, and so on and so forth. Orcon Pharmaceutical Products. Okay, it's the same company. All right, so I'm looking for these low rates that have been reported to see if they're actually here. 310, 310, 310, 311, 317, 317, 280, yeah, it's getting lower. 280 to who? What's this company? JMG Limited, that's the generator people. Yeah, they will get it that low, since they're the ones providing power, apparently. So this is at the time, and now they're getting the generator sets in CKD form, which means they're only paying 5% in terms of custom duties, and yet they're still getting the forex from the central bank at 280, while those importing drugs are getting it at 425. 425. Can you see the stark contrast? Look at this, 425. This is pharmaceutical products, all right? And other companies are getting it at less than 400, way less than 400. Generating sets are getting it at 280. All right, let's keep going. I'm really interested in seeing those low rates. 425, of course, we know that unfortunate Fuani. This is Fuani Nigeria Limited. I think they do electronics, LG, I think. So that explains why all your TV sets and everything are so expensive, because sometimes, you know, depending on as the spreads, they can get the forex at 425, as you can see here, for LG products, washing machines, dishwashers, and so on. And they have a different rate for dishwashers up here, 310, while it's 425 down there. Line 1249, 87. Okay, let me see that. I see what you wrote, Koito. Thank you. Let's look for those low rates. $1181. I'm going to look for that one first. I see that. 1181. 11. 1181. Farida Hassan Ginda. I see that. Yeah. Chaos Stanbic IBTC Bank. And she got the dollar for 48 naira. Look. Can you see that? 48 naira per dollar. Amidst 333, 240, 370, I mean, there's nothing guiding this. They just do it. They just do what they like. 407, the 405 for a mortgage payment by Femi Akintunde. Felicia Motoshaw gets it at 315 for credit card payment. Right, and right next to her, 405 to Femi Akintunde. Okay, what's the next line? Baba Zaradin Saleh got 87 naira 52 kobo for educational expenses. Students. So when the president was mouthing off on BBC the other day about people not being able to afford to educate their children abroad, and yet insisting that they had to go abroad, this is what it meant. That some people would be able to get the dollar at its 7 naira 52 kobo, whilst others will get it at 425, 475. Is that it? This is what President Buhari is about. Reti Susie, I see you. Hi, how are you? Can you see this? Do you see what I've been talking about this Buhari man? Do you see this? 23 naira educational expenses. Nogo Jane 1278. Entry 1278. Nogo Jane 23 naira 4 kobo. They added 4 kobo to it. Yeah? For $365. More. So we're seeing the small rates now. They tuck them away in the middle of all the stuff. 22 naira 58 kobo. Can you see that? $216. Educational expenses student. And who is this? Olatunji Oluwatosin Onoseso. Alright? Most likely APC people. Yeah, we talk about it. Just say the current we're still looking. 22 naira 58 kobo, 23 naira 35 kobo. Credit card payment, $4,900. Who was this to? Olufunso Akere. Yeah? So individuals are also getting it, apart from companies. And the rest of us are made to suffer like idiots, like morons, at the hands of Bureau de Change, and the banks will tell us there are no dollars. 23 naira 11 kobo. This is to Paula Kwasi. Can you see that? Paula Kwasi, line number 1361. 1361. The simple Kwasi line number, just to $1. Are these people crooks or what? Are they crooks? Should they be shot or what? And then we're fighting corruption. Yeah? And on millions, 15 million will be shot all over Nigeria. Can you guys see this? This is incredible. 87 naira 52 kobo. Mortgage payment, $548 to somebody called Usika Lolubumi Ayodapo. Probably a fictitious name. 22 naira. Look at this. 22 naira 63 kobo. $13,000 to somebody called William LaRue and Deborah Ann LaRue. That's their names. William LaRue and Deborah Ann LaRue. And just underneath that, $9,378.37 at 23 naira 11 kobo. Yeah? To the same people, William LaRue and Deborah Ann LaRue. 1549 and 1550. Those are the entries on the spreadsheet. 1549 and 1550. William LaRue and Deborah Ann LaRue. You see that? There's more, apparently, according to the report. This is sickness. The previous had a system going where the bank rates and the black market rates were more or less the same, really. You could walk into a bank, you could walk into a bureau de change and get your... there wasn't this scramble for forex. There was no sense of it being scarce as it has become now. And companies were quite happy to keep doing their business in Nigeria. Now everybody has run away because of this stupidity, this idiocy, masquerading as Fulani supremacy, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what this is about. Some people getting forex at a certain rate, and all the other unequal animals scrambling for the crumbs at the bottom. There we go, 380, 380, 375, 380. It begins to even out now towards the end. So maybe there was some madness at the beginning. 380, 380, 345, 361. The variations are not so wild now. 345, 375, 375. School fees mainly. Yeah, it all just seems to be. Now look at this. This is what I find suspicious. Everything is school fees. School fees. Can you see that? PTA, then school fees, starting from 2022. Yeah? Private names mainly. And everybody is paying school fees. Everybody is paying school fees. So what does that say about, and this is all Access Bank as well. All of it, Access Bank. Access Bank, school fees. They don't need else school fees. See that? All Access Bank, school fees. Hundreds of school fees. At different rates, different amounts of money. 9,216, 8,000 naira, $8,000, $6,000. So they've agreed a rate of 380 for school fees, and that's what they're paying. Is the president aware of this? He probably is. There's nothing that goes on in the country that he's not aware of. He probably is. School fees, education. So education is not the same as school fees. This is Jaiz, the Islamic Bank. The Islamic Bank gets it at 305. Access gets it at 380. Can you see that? Jaiz Bank, the Islamic Bank, gets it at 305. Stanbic IBTC gets it at 380. A difference of 75 naira. All right? And there you go, Jaiz. This is all Jaiz now. PTA, school fees, PTA. 305, Jaiz. This is now Keystone. Course fee, school fees, course fees, school fees. 311. 305, 306, 311. I'm looking for the double digits rather than the triple digits, so that we have some idea what's going on here in this country. 410 to Citibank Nigeria Limited. So even a bank pays 410 for something called invisibles, whatever that is. For repatriation of capital or dividends, Nigeria International Bank nominees, that's also Citibank. They get it at 315. 23 naira 42 kobo, $9,700 to Citibank Nigeria Limited for invisibles, whatever that is. So what it seems to be to me is that Prudential Guards paid for somebody called Abisola 4 school fees at 6,164. Oh my days, you guys will not believe it. Okay, I'm just seeing here to Citibank as well, $3,589 at the rate of $3. Look at that. 3 naira 19 kobo. Can you see that? It's also, yes, invisibles. And it's to Citibank and others. Line number 2492. 3 naira, yes. 3 naira 19 kobo. Citibank. Citibank Nigeria Limited, others. 23 naira 23 kobo. 23 naira 21 kobo. 22 naira 77 kobo. Citibank. So Citibank seems to be, oh my days, 3 naira 10 kobo. $1,215. $13,825, $13,827.04 at 22 naira, and just below that 1,215 at 3 naira 10 kobo. Can you see this? Can you see this? This is what they've turned Nigeria into. They are raping the country. They are raping all of us, we taxpayers. Citibank, again, Citibank and others. They don't seem to specify the names. $1,000 at 3 naira 7 kobo. Can you see that? This is madness. This is madness. These people are not running the country. They are ruining the country. This is ruin. Look at this. 22 naira 97 kobo. 22 naira 86 kobo. 23 naira 1 kobo. $21,000 at 23 naira. $9,000 at 22 naira. $17,000 at 22 naira. This is what some privileged Nigerians are getting, while the rest of us who are actually doing something productive, who are actually employing labor, who are actually adding value to the country, get the dollar at cutthroat rates to import whatever inputs to do our business and to keep our people in employment. This is Nigeria. This is Buhari's Nigeria, the incorruptible one. The most corrupt government Nigeria has ever seen. From this alone, this is the most corrupt government that Nigeria has ever seen. If this is true, and I suspect it is. Look at this. Oh my days. They'll probably issue some kind of, bland denial at some point. What are the yardsticks, Yvonne? I don't know. I don't know what the yardsticks are. But these are the rates that they're selling the dollar at. And we've always suspected this. Emma Sanusi made statements alluding to this earlier in August last year. And a lot of people just dismissed it and said he was griping because he was no longer in the, circle of power. But now we see he was right. I mean, he even mentioned the figure of 199, but it seems that he apparently. Yeah, 3 naira 10 kobo, Koito, line 2517, that's correct. 3 naira 10 kobo per dollar. Oh, look, they've been really generous here. CBFXEOD, whatever that means, line 3256. Various clients, $2,595 and 91 naira 49 kobo. They've improved. Invisibles. The same CBFXEOD, 5 naira 56 kobo. Sorry. What? Look. Can you see that? 61 kobo. But it's only $5.56. So maybe we shouldn't lose our shirt just yet. Just below it, 25 naira, 98 kobo, $6,680. $10,000 for 25 naira 85. CBFXEOD. Yeah. 438. I wonder who that unfortunate person is. Samuel Sule paid 438 to CBN for $4,460. Beneath him, Adeyemi Oshindoro paid 438 also for $5,000. A whole series of 438s, all to Southerners. We see a lot of people with no actual names, just opaque sounding company names, and they're getting it at really high rates, whilst a really low rate. Sorry, 26 naira 42 kobo, CBFXEOD, $1,000. 62 kobo for $66, CBFXEOD. They seem to be a most favored company. $1,000, 25 naira 88 kobo, CBFX EOD. 3 naira 17 kobo for $570 to yes, CBFX EOD again. To CBFX EOD, that's $10,000 at 91 naira. How much did we lose on that one? 26 naira 11 kobo to CBFX EOD, $2,000. $55 naira, $623 at 55 naira to CBFX EOD. 25 naira, $2,819 to CBFX EOD. I wonder who they are. 91 naira 76 kobo CBFX EOD. That's $4,000, almost $5,000. 25 naira 74 kobo CBFX EOD, $1,170. They don't seem like a lot, but if you add them all up, it comes to quite a bit. There's a whole lot of invisibles, and these forex transactions that go through the central bank are supposed to be quite transparent, but they're not, obviously. You see a lot of private names, CB Priority Banking, Olagunjupo, blah blah blah. They're all getting at $439, $439, $12,000, and $439. Sorry, $18,000, $13,000, $12,000, $10,000, all at $49. And this is for individuals. Through which bank? Standard Chartered. Standard Chartered. So I'm guessing that the Buhari administration will be very, very unhappy with Leadership newspaper at this rate. I don't know what qualifies as an invincible, you know. I really don't know. Yusuf Abubakar, you see what we're facing? I need a 616 there. So yes, there is. You know. Nigerian carton and packaging, no rate for $28,500. So they just got that for free, yeah? Yeah, that's it. That's Nigeria. 6,528. Let's go. Let me not jump too far, because I really want to see the rates. I'm really curious to show Nigerians what 22 naira, okay, that's just $45. $10,000 at 30 naira to All Seasons Mediacom Limited, Kennedy Yali, 21 Oduduwa Street, GRA, Lagos. There's no pattern whatsoever. These guys are just fleecing the country. That's what it is. You know, just generally fleecing the country. There's no way that the CBN would make these series of errors over and over again. I think that's fairly impossible at this rate. I mean, how would you extend this from 14.96? But what would be it? Would be 488? Would that be the mistake? Would it be 480? You know, at $1,000 roughly. Yeah, and just beneath it, 410, $1,353. And then below all of them, 5 naira 63 kobo, $448. You see that? And this is line 3753, the same CBFX EOD, whoever that is. 25 naira for $1,000. 91 naira, 5 naira 71 kobo for $3,000, and this is of course CBFX EOD. 25 naira for $2,000, almost $3,000. 25 naira for $23. 25 naira for $2,000. CBFX UOD, again and again, that company keeps cropping up, whoever they are. $310. This is all medical bill, education, PHR, whatever that is. No transparency whatsoever. This is Buhari's Nigeria. People are dying of malaria, no drugs. People are dying of Lassa fever, no drugs. Because the government is busy engaging in dollar racketeering officially. Look at this. This is so scary. $100,000 for others, whatever that is, to a bank called, to Zenith Bank, for something called Invisibles. Egypt Air, 310, $1.9 million, 310, $349,000, 310, and $3 million, 310, $3 million, 310. Egypt Air. Emirates, 310, so that's the rate for airlines. $3 million, 310, almost $4 million, 310. Turkish Airlines, 310. First Nation, 310. So I guess 310 is the rate for aviation companies, yeah? Ha! I'm related to Nigeria and Patapata. Gosh. These are no typos, Lara. These are actual rates. This is what they're selling the dollar at. And this explains, to a large extent, the discrepancies we've been noticing in the foreign exchange market, especially for those of us who have to import some of the inputs for the work that we do. And this also explains why a lot of factories have shut down. If you are a Nigerian in the diaspora, please stop this nonsense of mouthing off platitudes for the Buhari administration. This is just one of the several reasons why many of us are enraged, I think that's the right word, enraged at this administration. One of the reasons is obviously the killings, the deliberate killings of hundreds of thousands of villagers in rural areas over Nigeria by people who are described time and again by senior northern figures as foreign Fulanis. Fulanis from Mali, Fulani from Senegal, Fulani from wherever, never Nigerian Fulanis. And when Nigerians rise up to fight these people or to speak against them, the next response of the government, a Nigerian government, not the Senegalese government, not the Malian government, the Nigerian government, they will go after Nigerians and arrest them. Either seek to arrest them or lock them up in jail for speaking up. Yes, Yusuf Abubakar, billionaires are being created within 18 months by foolishness. But there's a pattern to the foolishness, and if you look deeper, you'll understand exactly what's going on. It's a wealth transfer program. They're trying to transfer wealth from one part of the country to the other. That's exactly what's happening. This is what I said would happen, and it's exactly what they're doing. The southern Nigerians that voted for them are idiots. That's just my position. They're idiots. Even the northern Nigerians that voted for them are also idiots, because they're facing these same problems as well. In fact, it's worse for them. It's far, far worse in the north. There's real hunger. Look at this. 47 naira. I'm going to change the... Oh, God. 47 naira, 2 kobo. $70,000 and $37,000. to, let's see who it is, CGC Nigeria Limited. Now, who are they? Kaduna, CGC Camp Nnamdi Azikiwe Way, Kaduna. All right, power distribution cabinet for whatever manufacturing. So some manufacturing companies get it at 47 naira 2 kobo. Some companies, like Dangote Cement PLC, get it for spare parts at 353 naira. Do you see that? Supply of mines equipment for Dangote Cement PLC at what? 315 naira, 315 naira. For things that provide jobs, bakery equipment, to a company called Macadam Baking Systems Limited. Nigeria to work out. Yeah, so it's MMM. It's MMM, Lara. MMM. For real. I'm trying to see if I can scroll back to where I was. I'd actually gone very far. Yes, those who don't employ anybody get it for nothing. And those who are actually employers who need to be kept up, you know, pay through their nose. People like us. Companies, a lot of companies are complaining to me that they can't actually get their formems approved. You know, they can't get them approved. So I see all these school fees and so on and so forth, and you just can't imagine what on earth must be going through the minds of the idiots that make these approvals. Because that's what they are, they're idiots. Nobody else can tell me anything else. Complete numpties. Nigeria is finished. Finished. And some people will be boasting and beating their chests and saying they've done this and they've done that. Minister of Information. Ministers of Misinformation. 1 naira 20 kobo. Can you see that? Nigerian Breweries PLC. $3,000, $1,272. Yes, it's small amounts, but it's pretty symbolic, isn't it? You know? Yvonne Kukwala, what's the lie about school fees? Tell us. We really don't know. What's the lie? Is it that they're not actually paying the school fees, or they're just using that header to get money out? Is that what you're saying? Yvonne. I'm still looking for the double digits and single digits. We've seen one naira 20 kobo. I mean, if that's what they imputed on the system, that's obviously what it went through at. There's no typo there. If there was a typo, then it means Nigeria has lost a lot of money to typos. That's basically it. Yeah, so, okay. Yvonne, so you're saying that they just use the school fees as a cover to get money out. Okay, yeah. That's what a lot of us have suspected for ages anyway. Because people that really want to pay school fees never seem to be able to get the money. They never do. And then you see this long list of school fees. And you just have to wonder who's collecting the money. Crown Flour Mills Limited, $1,500, nothing. Russian Milling Wheat, $1,500, nothing. $1,500, nothing. Can you see that? This is entries number 6518, 6519, 6520. $28,000. Nigerian Carton and Packaging Manufacturing, $28,500. Nothing. Entry number 6528. Nothing. Look. Zero. That's the rate up there. And under rates, you can see those three, $1,500 each. Nothing. Down here, under rates, $28,500. Nothing. You see that? Zero. Zero. They gave dollars out for free. So who owns that company? Who's behind it? Like raw materials and equipment for Deep Box Resin Floors Limited. Yeah? $3.99. Promasidor Limited. These are the cowbell people. Mitsumi, Hafa Industrial, they're paying through the nose. All of them. These are employers of labor. It's still lower than market rates, to be honest with you. It's still lower than market rate, most of them. But you can see some really punitive rates there every now and again. 197 naira 50 kobo for Dolcinex Industries, Eurochemical Ventures, Ladipo Street Matori, Mushi. 305, 197 raw materials low density for Hana Packaging and Nazito Inter. Not limited, just Hana Packaging. So companies that exist purely on paper, probably not at the so Ozilla Godson in Port Harcourt gets 197, 197, 305, 315, raw materials, 20 by 20 new age, whatever that is. Paddy government, Rigima government. Wow. Yvonne says she applied since last year and you're still waiting. Got only one child done and that's it. Yeah. That's it too. 304.75. Bond paper. 53 tons. Tiolakem Nigeria Limited. Lots of dodgy looking company names here. Companies that you've never heard of. Tetra Pak West Africa, 394. Employers of labor, 394. Companies that we know. GZ Industries. Anybody ever heard of that company? Guinness standard is 315. 48 naira 10 kobo, $127,000 to a company called Saga Overseas Limited in Ajao West, Lagos. Pharmaceutical raw material, 48 naira 10 kobo through Standard. Priority Aluminium, Auntie, good evening. No, Auntie Francis Olufumlayo, I see you. Good evening. We're looking at corruption in Nigeria as exemplified by the central bank and their wildly swinging rates for dollar to different people, different companies all over Nigeria, different rates for different companies basically, at around the same periods, different rates for different companies and different people. Some people are paying as low as 1 naira 20 kobo per dollar. Somebody paid 61 kobo per dollar. 3 naira 26 kobo. Carbon steel pipe. 3 naira 26 kobo per dollar. I don't know if you can see this. Carbon steel pipe to TBFX cash receivables. It's entry number 7469. Kudirat Abiola Way, Oregon, Industrial Estate, Nigeria. Manual TBFX cash receivables, and they paid 3 naira 26 kobo per dollar for $191,347. $191,347. 3 naira 26 kobo. Can you see that? It's no typo. That's what they paid. How do we enforce accountability? You can't enforce accountability. You kick them out. Because the previous administration was able to, did not use this kind of strange cloak and dagger system to dispense forex. You wanted forex, you went to the bureau de change, or you went to the bank and you just applied for your form, and you got your forex at the proper rate. Whatever the rate was at the time, that's what you got. I mean, we still got forex at about 180 before Jonathan left. 180. 22 naira 80 kobo. Hydroxyethyl cellulose, raw material, $12,000 to Reckitt Benkinson Nigeria Limited. Yeah. So was that their actual purchase? Because you can see the same company is buying dollars at 315, 315, 315, and then suddenly it jumps down to 22 naira 80 kobo. Yeah, for the same company. So what's going on there? Obviously there's some fraud going on, because the rates cannot be so wildly different. Same company, 2 different rates. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is it for tonight. I'm done with Buhari and his government. They're finished. They should just leave. They should just go back to Daura, go and count the cows, and look after the Senegalese cow hands and the Malians. Just keep them from killing people. This has to stop. This is sickness. There's no other way to describe it. It's a cancer. And this is probably the most corrupt administration Nigeria has seen since independence. Probably. And they just rely on propaganda. They keep shouting from the rooftops that, oh, the last administration was this, the last administration was that. But now we see evidence, allegedly, of institutionalized corruption. Institutionalized. They're using it as a means of government, as a means of patronage. Forex. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I've had it. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Oh, come on. I'm done. Finished.